Okay, today I am absurdly excited. I haven't seen the lifts yet. All I know is that Lash has set some new personal records in the snatch, in the total, with an enormous clean and jerk to go alongside it. And I figured that I would probably just capture my reaction on video as well as talk a little bit about his progression so we can kind of see how it fits in with both his journey and then just the entire history of elite super heavyweights over the last 30 years. I have been so heavily invested in Lash's journey to 500 kilos. I've been documenting it for so long now, producing so many videos. I even made a t-shirt, the Lasha 500 I Believe t-shirt. So any step that he gets close to that, I am all in. Okay, so let's go through his lifts from 220 kilos and up. The first time he hit 220 was 2017 World Championships. So I'm going to watch the 220, 221, 222, and then finally this 223 that I haven't yet seen, just to, I don't know, just to ramp up the expectation. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with the 2017 World Championships, the first time he hit 220. Oof. Amazing lift, but as you can see, there's a little bit of elbow wobble. Let's just do that one more time. I mean, still just unbelievable. But it looks maximal. He has to take a few steps forward. His elbow wobbles. I've seen that called, that kind of lift, get red lighted, let's be honest. Okay, so he did that 220 again in the 2019 World Championships. Let's check that one out. Unbelievable. And he's fixed so much about the lift already just in those 2 years. No problems with the lockout, no step forwards. Actually looks slightly submaximal. Okay, let's now go in between those 2 years, 2018, where he actually attempted 221. Also, amazing quality. This is Barbells for Breakfast. Definitely worth a follow. Ooh. You know, that was actually almost a nicer pull than the 220 that he missed the year prior. I see why he went for that. He was in better shape. And of course, the world records hadn't changed yet because the weight class hadn't changed. Hence, he went for that, and then the year after, he was able to actually do 220 again for another world record. Okay, so this next one is 2019 in Batumi at the Europeans Training Hall. And there it is, 1 year later, and he smashes the 221, and that looked, let's go back again. That's magnificent. Next we have 222. He did this in September 2020. I have to apologize to the potato cam on this one. In fact, do we have a sped up version? I mean, that's amazing. Slight step forward. Okay, it's time. The 223. I have it downloaded. I'm ready to go. Let's watch it. Okay, so this is the first time I've seen this 223. It's 3 kilos more than any competition lift ever. 7 kilos more than the highest competition lift from any other weightlifter ever. We've got Salimio and Krastev at 216. Let's see it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, it's so perfect. What in the world? That's nicer than the 222. It's nicer than the 221. Does that look as easy as the 220 from Worlds 2019? One more time. Holy shit. That's insane. Okay, frame by frame on this one. See if there's any analysis to be had. Always a rolling start. A lot of coaches don't like that because it sort of leaves some level of inconsistency before you've even pulled off the floor, but you know. Starts with such low hips for a tall guy. Bar sweeps back. Center of pressure is right in the middle of his foot and it doesn't really shift. Knees go back, knees start to come forward. Toes lift slightly there. I mean, it's not bad, it's pretty standard. Just because the weight's moving back, so the toes lift. Knees come through. Now, we don't see this position with every weightlifter. A lot of elite weightlifters are on their toes at this position. It's what Bud Charnaker calls getting the additional stretch reflex in the Achilles, which isn't spoken about often, but there are studies on it. So here's Lasha, perfect power position. And he's going to finish straight up. Look at that. Have you ever seen such a big person extending so beautifully? Peaks the bar high. Jesus Christ. All right, what can he hit? Comment down below. What do you think he can snatch? He can clearly do 4 reds, 225 with collars. Can he do 227, 500 pounds? Can he do 230? Let me know. Okay, onto the clean and jerk. Now, I know he did 265, but again, I haven't seen it yet. Let's build up. So we did 260 in 2019 at the European Championships. Let's watch that. He did 264 at the 2019 World Championships. Let's watch that. He did do 267 at the 2019 European Training Hall. So we'll watch that, and then we'll watch the 265. Here's his first 260. So this is almost exactly 2 years ago. Beautiful. That actually looked like the hardest rack I've seen him do. Alright, here's the 264. I was sat in this at this angle. I was like 5 meters from this lift when it happened. Move slightly sideways. Still easy. That jerk was even better. Do you want to know what's cool about this? Is or what's interesting about Lasha's jerk, and why a lot of people say that it almost looks in slow motion, and as though like he almost gets here and then he presses slowly. It's because unlike almost all weightlifters, and this is actually something that he does do, which is not taught, is his front foot either lands at the same time in the jerk, or it actually lands slightly before, which is not what you're supposed to do, but it works so great for Lasha. Just have a look at this. Oh, filthy. Alright, let's watch the 267. Bear in mind, this is the heaviest clean and jerk on film ever. The all-time world record 266, Leonid Taranenko, 1988. Here we go, 267 from 2 years ago. If I remember correctly, this is actually a bit of a struggle in the jerk. Like, there's a little bit of the Ilya back foot. Yeah. It's still ridiculous. Let's do the 265. This 265 kilo clean and jerk, 2 kilos under 600 pounds, is after a 223 kilo snatch, and that's a 488 kilo total. We're going to talk about just how impressive that is after this. Okay, my first time seeing this lift. I've already been blown away by the 223. Here we go. I have to say, how much do you love the mutterings, the utterings from his coach Georgi Asanidze? Just love that. All right, let's go back slightly. I want to hear those again. Like he's casting a dark spell, the dark arts. Flippin' heck. Did you see how high he pulled that? That's higher than his 264 by a mile. Oh, come on. Okay, let's go frame by frame on this one. So, beautiful pull. Classic for taller lifters with shorter spines to be slightly rounded in the back. Slightly. The longer the spine, you tend to see the better extension you get in the thoracic when you pull. Great position, just like the snatch, the toes lift ever so slightly, you can see it there. Just means its center of balance is moving back. Great power position, huge extension. Look how high this man pulls, 265 kilos. Where's the peak? That's the peak frame. What are we even looking at here? Okay, turns under, racks it. I mean, there's even a touch of bar crash. I mean, it's not really bar crash. We spoke about this on the last reaction video that I did that's up on the Patreon of Xiaojun. But even so, this is ridiculous. Comes up easily. Look at this front foot first. Oh! Dips, drives. Huge extension. Look at that position. Like, feet are down and he's not put himself through the bar yet. Let's see that again. But that is a beautiful position. I mean, he doesn't split that long, Lasha, but he gets his back knee down nicely. Okay, that's ridiculous. I'm blown away. I mean, the guy is capable of 500 kilos in the total. Is he not? Are you not entertained? I don't know what to say. Look, let's talk about how big this is as a total. 1986, Antonio Krastev totaled 467.5 kilos. That was the heaviest ever. Before that, it was Alexander Gunyashev in 1984. That was 465 kilos. That same year that Krastev hit the 465, we had Karlovic 472.5. The following year, after Karlovic's 472.5, that was Taranenko 475. And of course, Taranenko still holds the heaviest clean and jerk of all time in competition at 266. So that was in 1988 475. He actually did 476 because of a fourth attempt world record. But Rezazadeh then, 12 years later in the year 2000, 472.5. So that dropped down by 2.5 kilos. And then no one beat that. And then Lasha turned up. He did 473, 474, 477, 478, 484, which he did in 2019. And now he's just on 488. He competes in less than 1 month time at the European Championships 2021 and then at the Olympics. Let me know down below, what do you think he's going to hit in those competitions? Will we see 488? Will we see 490? Will we see 500? Make sure you subscribe to the Weightlifting House YouTube for more news, training haul videos, and of course the Weightlifting House Patreon for extra videos just like this one. Catch you guys next time.